This is the perfect portrait lens. It's an 85mm f2 prime lens. It is beautiful. I'm shooting a lot of headshots and portraits on this. No, this is the perfect portrait lens. This is 24 to 105mm f4. I'm shooting a lot of portraits and headshots with. No, this is the perfect portrait lens. This is a 70 to 200mm f2.8 EF mount, and I am shooting a lot of headshots and portraits with this now. I want to disabuse you of the notion that there's any such thing as the right lens for a specific kind of photo, especially for portraiture. I used to be involved in an organization where they judged images, and a critique that I heard a lot of that really rubbed me the wrong way was, this is the wrong lens for this shot. And it would always come down to portraits. And the thing that people would be saying was portraits need to be shot with an 85mm or 105mm macro. Things like that, like as if there was a right lens for portraits. I shoot close-up portraits at 24mm on this lens. I have them in my portfolio on my website. I have images in my portfolio on my website that I have shot at 200mm. There is no right lens for portrait photography. The right lens is the one that gets you the image that you are trying to get. If what you want to do is create a specific look that is close up and a wide angle, something like a Platon would do, then a wide angle lens is necessary. There is no such thing as the wrong lens for a portrait. The right lens is the one you chose to make the portrait. So let's get past that. People have been using different kinds of lenses for different kinds of portraits since the camera was invented. For someone to tell you that there is only one way to do one thing, that's very rigid thinking. It inhibits you from going out and experimenting and discovering your style and your voice and who you are as a photographer and what your vision is for the kind of work that you want to create. The people who repeat and regurgitate that same nonsense, they heard the same thing that they're telling you, that an 85mm lens is a portrait lens. An 85mm lens is just an 85mm lens. You can shoot landscapes with an 85mm lens if you wanted to. You can shoot architecture with an 85mm lens. You can shoot food photography with an 85mm lens. You can shoot portraits with an 85mm lens. You can shoot whatever you want with an 85mm lens. That does not make it a lens that is specialized for portraits. It just happens to be the lens that people want to use because they think it's the most flattering for faces. So, should that be a portrait lens? No, of course not. I'm so flustered by this. I get so frustrated by this argument that I can't even get my words out. All I want to do is I just want to say, and I want to reiterate, that you as a photographer need to constantly, for the rest of your life, work on finding your voice, playing, experimenting. Don't get stuck in a rut that like this is the only lens that's good for portraits. It's not. Start shooting portraits at 24mm. Start shooting portraits at 200mm. Shoot them at 1200mm. So that's it for this video. If you agree, hit that like button. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.